medicine is changing.
So welcome to our cooking demo. Today we're going to have salad day in the Wellness Center. The hospital garden is in the throes of producing these really amazing and beautiful greens. So 2 salads and a sauté, and then...
We used to think of it very simplistically. You would have a disease, you would diagnose the disease, and you would treat the disease, and the person would be better.
How's that feel? Mushy. Mushy? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
I like this method a lot. It really gets you in touch with your food, literally.
Now we're seeing a lot more diabetes, hypertension, heart attacks, cancer, things that are much more complex in their origin and that have a lot more to do with how you live your life. And that's where ideas about wellness start to come in.
Wellness is when you feel good, you want to be active, and have fun with people, laugh, and that's why you got to take care of yourself. So you can do that for a long time.
Did you all see the booklet for the series? We're going to not just talk about, but we're going to experience tools and strategies to manage and maintain your whole body's health and wellness.
Wellness, it's a state of being. It's a lifelong process. It's not just staying healthy right now. It's a way to live.
Like, for example, this morning would be a perfect one. I walk into the office and hear the phone rings and there's a demand in. But by doing yoga, it just put me back to the center, more calm and much more grounded.
The Wellness Center is teaching us to think more deeply about health. It's taking us beyond simply how's the body, is it functioning, to how's the heart, how's the mind, how's the soul, and is the body really optimally functioning?
And 1, 2.
It's really special because you get to interact with everyone from the community, patients, visitors, staff, and we're all here to enjoy ourselves, to have fun, to promote wellness.
多人啊，好多啲人啊，唔同嘅國家就去嗰度啊，即係好似參加個 Wellness Center， 物嘅方面咧就變轉咗好多。我當時咧係食多啲生菜㗎，咁啊俾身體好啲咯。Ready? Begin with.
When I come into here, I'm welcome, and it's like motivation to make myself better as a man.
The Wellness Center has changed my perspective on what hospitals are. That it's not a house of death. It is a house of nurturing, it's a house of healing.
1, 2, 3. And using this opportunity, which is of course free, I'm not as depressed. I have better coping skills, and I found that I'm hopeful today.
Gardeners here at the hospital, and we grow vegetables here for our programs at the Wellness Center. What we're trying to do is to make fresh, locally grown, beautiful vegetables available for our clients. Currently, we're growing lettuce and chard. These vegetables are harvested every week, and we bring them to the Wellness Center so the patients have vegetables and a recipe to take home with them after their class. We grow these greens on the 3rd floor in raised beds, so all this is grown right here. It comes from the hospital right to you.
But look at how vibrant and how colorful that is.
We are so used to eating foods that are high in sugar and highly processed that many of the diseases that my patients struggle with have their root in diet.
So what I like to do with chard is take my knife, just run it right along the stem there.
And one of the shifts that we need to make is moving back to the vegetables and whole grains, more fundamental kinds of food that nourish our bodies.
Now we can actually saute these stems as well. They have a nice texture to them, and they're sweet actually. I can add the greens, and you have a quick meal in moments.
Shifting away from processed foods can help people become overall healthier and even help us manage some of the diseases that people are struggling with.
I had an episode with diabetes that really opened my eyes about 10 years ago. And since then, I've been eating healthier salads, cutting down on all sugars. I don't take any sugar products anymore. If you take a hold of your own situation and eat right, you'll find out that life gets better.
有啲人啊諗咧就係 要用好多錢啊。
90 cents. Do you want to add maybe another small one to make it $1? Cool. Yeah.
咁啊，至可以即係整到自己嘅身體健康好。咁啊，我就唔係咁樣諗。如果你想你身體健康好啦，你即係自己安排自己嘅計劃。我咧就喺downtown住㗎，咁我住近呢個農場市場。Thank you。禮拜三如果得閒啦，咁我就去嗰度買下啲菜啦，嗰度啲菜即係新鮮啲咯，咁啊食到真係好啲。我咧就通常咧，我以前咧係肥啲㗎，只溫食啲肉太過多對嘛，咁啊身子唔係幾好咯，有時咁啊又血壓高啊，又好似血壓高咁唔好咧，整到自己好似我去咗 Wellness Center 就教你點樣煮食。
I take care of my health by avoiding smoking tobacco, drinking excessively, and eating fatty food. With me, certain activities like working in the garden bring my health into great balance.
All right, now we need to weigh it, see how much we pulled up. It's 3 pounds.
I'm a lifetime resident of San Francisco. Basically grew up in the Bayview district.
April, hi. I'm running into everybody.
When I first started going to San Francisco General, I needed to quit smoking. I take inhalers for asthma and bronchitis. Many years I've been affected by smoking, other people smoking, and then I picked up the nasty habit myself. And then living in various places of toxicity over in the Bayview Hunters Point area where they had the toxic power plant. I remember it got so bad when I was a child, we couldn't go outside for recess. Even though the environment is fighting against me, well, I'm gonna fight back by, getting involved in wellness.
I'm gonna get me some greens.
I started going to a smoking cessation class over at San Francisco General. I've been smoke-free going on 2 years.
Just make it like a torta.
Oh, okay.
I got involved with the Tenderloin People's Garden a few months ago. Going out, you being in nature, you get your hands dirty.
A couple of little apples growing here. And try not to disturb them as they're trying to grow.
This is something that you're planting, that you're nurturing, it's thriving.
Hi, how are you? We're harvesting. You come on in and get some for free. All you gotta do is bring a bag.
And you get to harvest it and you get to eat it. And that's making you well and that's making you healthy.
I'm a patient of San Francisco General for about 2 years. I had high cholesterol. My blood pressure was a little bit high, and also my sugar was going up. I wasn't a pre-diabetic, but I was close to being one. So my doctor, she told me I need to change my eating habits and exercise. So I've been going to the Wellness Center for almost a year now, and I've learned a lot about nutrition. My family is Mexican, and we eat a lot of fried things. So I'm trying to get my family to eat healthier. The apple is good. Yeah. It's crunchy and it's sweet. It goes well with the rest of the salad. Before I didn't want to eat salad, but at the cooking classes, they teach you to experiment, and then you learn by doing it. I exercise almost every day. At the Wellness Center, I take 4 classes a week, and my granddaughter is coming with me to the classes.
Down, out, in, 3. Down.
I feel really good about being in control of my health.
Good.
I have more energy, and I lost 15 pounds already, and my blood sugar did go down.
Woo.
Now I have my class. I tell everybody I'm not going to be available from this time to this time because I'm taking care of myself.
Let's take it from the beginning. So forward, adelante, con la izquierda. Así, 1, 2, 3. One more time.
Our bodies need to
1,
move.
2,
Exercise,
3.
physical
Muy bien,
activity,
muy bien.
however you want to define it. It helps with diabetes and high blood pressure.
Adelante.
But now we're seeing it helps with anxiety, it helps with addiction, it helps with so many different illnesses. It even actually seems to prevent some kinds of cancer. And getting physically active can be a challenge sometimes for some people, but with a little creativity, I have seen people overcome those challenges.
Down and up.
When I first started focusing on my health, I was doing certain things to my body, like drugs, not taking care of myself, cigarettes, alcohol. So when I came to the wellness center, I seen certain things that I can do to keep myself healthy and clean and sober. I've been through a whole lot, jails, institutions. I thought I never could make a way, so I need this to stay focused. I used to be like scared to get up and talk to a crowd, but I just want to say this. I remember sitting in that same seat. Can't wait till it's all over. I like for the young generation to learn from me. There is a better way instead of going to jail. You just have to find yourself.
People tend to behave the way you think they will behave. If you think they look down on you, they probably will. But if you think people are interested, warm, and funny,
I have so much things that I think about and I write about them, and it gives me a spiritual healing so I can achieve the goals that I need to achieve.
I think wellness is both mental and physical. It's a thing that you can't do one without the other. It's somewhat of a balancing act. I was always athletic growing up, exercise and sports, all my life. And then being a construction worker, I'm busting brick, from, 7 in the morning until 3:30. I was physically strong, but I had to learn to manage my emotions and not let them go to the extreme, irregardless if it's your anger, your love, your hate, your sorrow, your pain, whatever. So I try to be patient and find a way to balance. I've always been relatively healthy all my life, so it was a concern when I discovered that I had cancer. Come on, give me a kiss. Come on. I had been feeling ill for some time, shortness of breath and slight chest pains, but I, I guess a lot of folks, I didn't take it necessarily seriously, and I wasn't consistent with seeing my primary care doctor. But then after about 6 months, I went back and began a series of examinations, and we did a lung biopsy, and it was determined that I did have lung cancer. And they said, you got lung cancer in both your lungs and you have throat cancer.
First, let me start off by asking how you're feeling today.
I'm feeling pretty good, Ordinarily, I, try to stay up, At that time, I felt debilitated, I felt like, oh, okay, everything's crashing in, this is it. But once I discovered that I had cancer, I said, oh, I'm gonna learn everything I need to know about cancer short of being a doctor.
Good evening and welcome to CARE. It's great you all made it. It's a beautiful day. Yay!
Part of doing that was getting involved in the CARE program.
For those of you who are here for the first time, we start out the group with a check-in, say our names, say who we are, and if you're comfortable sharing anything about yourself or your cancer diagnosis.
Having discussions with other patients who shared a common situation. That support made it easier for me. It's like a meeting up with family.
Hello everybody, glad to see everyone. During the weeks off, I've thought of everyone and you've all been in my heart, and I'm really glad to see everyone.
Thank you for sharing that, Wes. Raymond, how are you?
Hello, Blue. It's been a trying time since I've seen everyone last. As you know, I initially had lung cancer in both lungs and throat cancer. I've had 2 operations in the last 5 months. I've never missed a group meeting. When I'm alone, I think about things that transpired the week before, the discussions, the professionals that came through and talked about wellness, diet, and just a host of things.
So, but I want to keep everything on the up. I'm a cancer survivor. I'm so happy to be here.
I think if you want to call yourself a survivor, that's the road you have to take, and that's the direction I went in.
I've worked with people who are just struggling against odds that you almost can't imagine overcoming. And then I have patients who find their way of working through it to this completely new way of living. They're active, they're engaged.
That's good.
They're taking care of their bodies. They're loving life again.
1, 2, 3.
It's very simple, really. You want to feel good, and every day is a blessing.
You guys give me strength, really do. And I love every one of you.
When one realizes what wellness is about, it's super magical, and people could feel it.
And release. All right, my stars. Thank you.
How good you feel about yourself.